Alright, well, I got some breaking news for you. I can't believe I've been reading articles about this, and it's just insanity. So, the Kamala Harris camp, they lost. And they're drowning their sorrows. And after they got done drowning their sorrows, they came together with a plan, and the plan is the 4B movement against Trump. Now, what is the 4B movement? The origins of the movement comes from South Korea. They preach abstinence. They preach any type of sexual relationship with men. They preach childless lifestyles. They preach it's your time. So why be bothersome of having a child or a family to spend your life with? This is a dangerous game that they're playing. And to prove that this game is not only dangerous, but is not working for South Korea's benefit at all, South Korea in 2023 had the lowest birth rate on record. 78%, not even 1%, per woman per child. That's insane. The government in South Korea right now is in scramble mode with the enemy within, and that's what this is. This is the enemy within. And they don't know what to do about it. They're trying to promote, they're trying to throw money at the problem. They're even going as far as saying, hey, the government is going to pay for 3 years of the child's life. Food, doctor's visits, clothing. Pretty much your baby from the age of 0 to 3 is going to be taken care of by the government financially. And all you got to do is take care of it. But they can't even get that straight. Now, women in the United States that are going to do this because their girl lost, they don't know how to, wipe their tears away and move on. What I would argue is, think of your time on this earth when you get older and there's no one there to take care of you. There's no Social Security. There's no Medicare. There's no Medicaid. There's not many old folk homes to choose from. The ones that are around, well, they're going to be costing a lot more money because they're the only game in town. Think of that. Now, people are going to argue that, we'll have the robots by that time, which is a good, fair argument. However, what happens when that certain part breaks? What happens when the designer that made the robot passes away and all his work is destroyed by earthquake or fire, or just people forgot to save it on a hard drive, and that's it? You don't know how to fix that part now. Nobody does except that guy. And also, we didn't teach our people the trade on how to fix that part because there wasn't that many people around to show. This is a dangerous, dangerous game that certain Americans are starting to play. My advice is to not fall through the rabbit hole of deception and of misguided people. That's what this is. These are people that have the full intent of making their agenda happen. They're not there to make sure that your life is bountiful and fruitful. They're there to make sure that their lives are bountiful and fruitful. And they'll doom as many of them as possible in order to get their way. Now, do I feel that Trump is a bad guy? No. I actually voted for him. I will admit it. Do I question some of his policies? Yes. And I hope that he leads the country right. But we'll see. He's got 4 years to make something happen. But in these 4 years not having children, that's going to be insane. For that matter, the epidemic of loneliness now, the epidemic of drug abuse, the epidemic of people with mental illness, with video game abuse. There's people that binge on video games for hours on end, and some literally die because they just can't stop playing the game. And this is all getting too much for me, where I don't really want to even walk outside sometimes. I'm just like, this is insane. But I would say before someone decides to take on this 4B movement, really do your research, question everything you want to do on this movement, because your country depends on the future generations. I'm going to give you a perfect example, okay? South Korea right now, since they're losing population, that means North Korea, China, they're playing the long waiting game now. They're going to wait 35, 40 years. Eventually, what's going to happen? Boom. There's going to be nobody around to fight. They'll just walk on in. Japan, another example. The latest stats is they say they're going to be disappeared by between 2055 and 2060 now. They rolled it back a little bit from 2050, but that's the new stat going around. Well, what's going to happen there? China's going to just say, hey, we're going to take this area too because there's nobody around to fight. Abandoned islands. You have towns in America that have 50 people or less living in it, and they all just walk outside and just wait. Eventually, there'll be nobody left except them. And then there'll be nobody in that town. This movement could really lose our identity of a nation, of who we are. And we need to stand up to these people. We need to tell our young people, no, this is not a good idea. So that's all I have for now. If you guys like this content, please give a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button if you would, please. Don't forget to tap that notification bell. That way the algorithm knows that you like this content. Alright, later.